All right. Listen, we got a number of things to talk about here today, but we're going to start off with some breaking news in something that will shock absolutely nobody. You guys might remember that Horizon Part 2, the Kevin Costner sequel to the epic blockbuster Horizon American Saga that is in theaters right now, was scheduled to come out on August 16th. Unsurprisingly, they have now pulled it off the release calendar. Now, they're saying they will at some point put it back into theaters, or they will give it a theatrical release at some point, but they were like, yeah, we're going to not release this on August 16th. The Hollywood Reporter wrote this in their official statement. Territory Pictures and New Line Cinema have decided not to release Horizon Chapter 2 on August 16th in order to give audiences a greater opportunity to discover the first installment of Horizon over the coming weeks, including on PVOD and Max. We thank our exhibition partners for their continued support as moviegoers across the U.S. discover the film in its theatrical run, a New Line spokesperson said. Now, look, what they just said absolutely makes 100% total sense, because what's the one thing I've been saying about Part 2 is? The thing about Part 2 is nobody who hasn't seen Part 1 is going to go see Part 2. Mm-hmm. And as of right now, give me a second, as I bring up my calculator app, nobody has seen Part 1. And so it just kind of makes sense that they go, listen, what's the point of us trying to get into theaters on August 16th when so far only $22 million worth of people have gone to see it on a $100 million movie? So our best case scenario is $15 million gets made on the second film. Anyway, Hollywood Reporter goes on to say this. They say Horizon Chapter 1, sporting a runtime of 3 hours and 1 minute, so right in Ray Ora's ballpark right there, opened to just $11 million over the June 28th to 30th weekend. It was an alarming debut for the $100 million movie, which was hampered by a poor B- cinema score and tepid reviews. It currently has a 43% critic rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It tumbled 51%, which is actually not bad. A 51% drop is a totally normal drop. There's nothing wrong with that. It tumbled 51% in its second weekend to $5.4 million for a 10-day domestic total of $22 million. Worse, it earned less than $3 million overseas. Now, here's the thing too. Over the last couple of weeks, as we've been talking about Horizon and mentioning the $100 million production budget, I have been flooded with people chastising me, saying, John, why are you giving out false information? It didn't cost $100 million to make that movie. He spent $100 million on both movies. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. That's not what I read. But just to be clear, here in the Hollywood Reporter, it goes on to say this. Chapter 2 likewise costs roughly $100 million to make. Costner's team indicated last week that he intends to resume shooting Chapter 3 in August. No, they won't. No, they won't. Okay, look. Let me give the same preface I give it every time we talk about Horizon. I am a card-carrying, bona fide Kevin Costner fan. I've been a huge fan of Kevin Costner since Dances with Wolves, and especially since Everything I Do, ever since he did Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Screw You All. I love that movie. Why a spoon, cousin? Because it'll hurt more. It's one of the greatest movies. Anyway, I love Kevin Costner. I particularly love Kevin Costner in Westerns. I'm a massive fan of Yellowstone. I wanted this movie to succeed. I really did. But as we said before, the ad campaign for it was one of the most obnoxiously awful ad campaigns ever. Through all the ad campaigns, right through the movie coming out in theaters, I never knew. As a big fan of Kevin Costner, as somebody who had been looking forward to this movie, I couldn't tell you at all what the movie was about. And it was like the studio was saying, screw you, little peons. It's Kevin Costner. It's a Western. That should be good enough for you. No, tell me. And then yesterday, Jonathan, we had somebody write in to give us a couple of the plot outlines. And I'm like,
he really broke it down.
Like, that's what the movie's about? I never knew. I never knew. Why should anybody go to a movie if you're not going to tell them what the movie's about anyway?
It was enlightening.
Yeah, that comment from the viewer was enlightening indeed. So now, unsurprisingly, they've had to pull the plug on its release date. And I'm going to tell you this. I am not going to be surprised if it doesn't get another release date. I'm not saying it won't. I'm just saying at this point, Because you're going to have to put like a $30-40 million ad campaign behind part 2. And that movie's not going to make 30 or 40. It's not even going to make its marketing budget back. So, I mean, I'm going to sit here and hope for good things for them because I'm a big Kevin Costner fan. But again, I'm not going to be surprised if the thing doesn't. This could actually end up being one of the biggest box office flops in history. When you're talking about 2 movies that are probably going to combined, not counting marketing, cost well over $200 million to make and probably won't even make $50 million in total. Again, that wasn't even counting marketing. So, I mean, they're in a hard place right now, and we'll just see how this kind of turns out. Guys, we want to take a second and thank a sponsor of today's episode, Manscaped. Sizzle alert, this summer, let the only thing that's smoking at your barbecue be the grill, not your grooming game. Get ready for the ultimate cookout season with Manscaped. Whether you're flipping burgers or cannonballing into the pool, make sure your meat looks neat with the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra. Head to manscaped.com and use the code Campea for 20% off and free shipping. Now, come on, guys, if you're like me, you used to do your grooming the old barbaric way. You know, using the clippers on your electric shaver? It never did a good job and always left me screaming out several profanities. So like me, you know that you need the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is perfect for achieving that crisp, clean, and confident look for your barbecues and beach days. The Weed Whacker 2.0, guys, keep your ears and nose as tidy as your hedges next door with our Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose hair trimmer. And you get Crop Soother Ball Aftershave Lotion, Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, and Boxers 2.0, the ultimate supplement to those hot summer days, equipped with the signature jewel pouch to protect your meatballs wherever the heat takes you. So get 20% off and free shipping with the code Campea at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use that code Campea. Manscaped, the perfect way to get your patties sizzling hot this summer. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Alien Romulus is breathing a huge sigh of relief right now. Whew! Now that they don't have to contend with Horizon Chapter 2 on August 16th. What is it you said, Jonathan?
Oh, that's $8 million they won't
That's $8 million they don't have to worry about. Anyway, guys, how do you feel about this? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.